Hey, this is JP with Central Idaho Mountain Weather. It's December 24th, 2025, looking out at the alpenglow from last night over Kent. The skies lifted a little bit and we're able to get some sweet evening light. And if you're enjoying this broadcast, you have to do a one-time donation or even better, sign up for that sustaining monthly membership. And for our highlights, we got another atmospheric river that's going to be starting this morning. It's going to be a warm one. We're going to have a rain event up to, or for anyone below 6,500, might even creep up a little higher than that today. And then heavy snow for above 8,000 feet, measured in the feet. And we're going to have winds ripping up to 55 miles per hour this morning with that first initial pulse. And we'll have a little bit of a break for Christmas Day before precip picks up again for Thursday night into Friday. All right, looking at the infrared this morning, got some low pressure off of California, and that's pulling our moisture from further south. So this is going to be a strong southwest flow atmospheric river, as opposed to some of those ones last week that were coming pretty much due west. So this is going to hit the South Valley a lot harder. Unfortunately, it's going to bring with it a lot of warm temperatures. So we got a warm front to start out the day, and then eventually we're going to have this cold front come through, and there'll be another cold front that'll knock down the temperatures even more on Friday. And then I think we'll be back to actually having cold temperatures after Friday. So precip starts out this morning around 11, and you can see it just starts to plop down right over us. We're going to have some periods of an intense rain in the valley floor and intense snow in the mountains, and you're just seeing Blaine County and Custer all just covered in green, mostly through today into tonight. And then tomorrow morning, after Santa comes, we are going to clear out a little bit. It's still going to be cloudy out there, but we're not going to have any moisture until later in the day and going into Christmas evening. And that's when the temperatures are supposed to drop, and we should see maybe some snow on the valley floor. So unfortunately, it's going to be not actually raining on Christmas, I think, but it's going to look not like winter. We have a storm warning in place for much of the central mountains, 1 to 2 feet expected for above 8,000 feet. This is what the map looks like for how much we're going to see. You can see the Pioneers and the Boulders are getting hit the hardest. That's our tallest mountains in this area. And with that southwest flow, it's just funneling into the Wood River Valley and just nailing those mountains. So seeing 2 to 3 feet across some of the really high parts if the wind doesn't rip too much and keeps that snow there. Looking at the snow lines here, throughout the day, it's going to climb up to 8,000 feet around 5 o'clock today and then slowly drop back down after that cold front comes through. And then it's going to just keep going down into Thursday, which is pretty nice. Looking into Friday, we're finally back down to valley floor freezing temperatures and creeping even further down into next week. So this is hitting pretty hard on the coastline of California as an atmospheric river. You can see it's an AR5 just in one location, but mostly AR4. It's got that big, steep shape to it that's coming in almost due south into our area. So this is, again, South Valley flow for us. With those winds, we are going to be seeing the highest winds mostly on the eastern side of the Pio Boulder Divide. So I don't think a lot of people travel in that zone. But up north, Galena Pass, in Sawtooth, southern Sawtooth, and White Clouds, it's going to be ripping. These are precip totals with the MVM forecast. For snow, you can see sections where it just hovered over at 46 inches across the Pio divide there up into the boulders, measuring 2 to 3 feet, and 2 feet over in the Smokies, in the Smoky Crest, and not as much in the Valley 4 with those warmer temperatures. So we're not going to really see that snowfall in the valleys until Friday, when those temperatures, we get that second cold front that really knocks down the temperatures. And this is how much water we're going to see. Another big hit of water into the snowpack. Going to have some pretty spicy conditions again. 3 inches of water, 2 inches in the Smokies. Anything over an inch is pretty exciting. All right, looking at the the point forecast for the MBM model. This is up in the Sawtooth around Bench. See those sweet values pretty high, low snow amounts with those. This first thing that's going to hit is going to be really intense today. And it's going to have warmer temperatures, so that's not really great for having snow out there. But the second pulse that comes through Christmas night is going to be a lot colder, so that's when we'll see more snowfall. Titus is looking like it could get a foot out of the first pulse and then another foot out of the second one with that higher elevation. It's looking for mostly rain in town, lots of rain, an inch leading into Christmas morning. Baldy could pick up. Let's look at this a little closer. So a couple inches today, and then a couple inches leading into Christmas Day. Christmas Day, actually, if you're skiing the upper part of the mountain, could be pretty fun. If those snow lines go down a little bit, could pick up more than 5 inches up on the high reaches of Baldy, but you're going to be wanting to ski the main part or the upper part of the mountain. It's just going to be rain and slush below that. And then Heinemann is going to be cranking in the precip and this is just lower down at the Snowtail site, 1.5 feet with almost 2 inches of water. All right, now I just wanted to finish with the GFS 500 millibar, so you can see that low in California, just spinning up that moisture over the next couple of days with that southwest flow. That eventually departs by Friday night. And then we're going to have this cutoff low form off Baja. And that is going to introduce a Rex block, an area of high pressure, nice weather, inversions. That is kind of typical setup with that. Going to dry out that snow quite a bit and kind of just set it up to form some weak layers, but some nice dried out snow on the surface, good skiing. Probably going to see some bluebird days next week, and until our next system comes through, it looks like it's probably going to start Friday into the weekend. So looking after New Year's Day there. All right. Have a Merry Christmas out there.